What's good with y'all? It's your boy said. Hopefully everybody's taking care of themselves. Y'all staying up, staying motivated, staying positive, staying disciplined, staying true to yourself, always staying true to yourself. In today's video, damn, there's some nice music. Anyway, um, yeah, in today's video, I just want to discuss on how me being able to 100% Red Dead Redemption, it made my inner child self happy. It fulfilled that happiness that I always wanted to accomplish or achieve when it comes to playing games that I didn't take serious as a kid. And to show y'all that I did 100%, well, if y'all played Red Dead Redemption and understand the 100% outfit, I have it on. But if y'all don't, then I'll just show y'all right here real quick. You know, the redeem trophy, attain 100% in the single player game completion stat. And like I said, when I did that, it made me happy. You feel me? And, being a kid, obviously, you're not going to take story mode serious. And I explained this in the last video that I made. Y'all can go check that out. Being a kid, you're really not worried about stories. You're not worried about the lore behind these video games. You're just trying to play online, play multiplayer, hit the max level. And Red Dead Redemption Online, there was different challenges that I didn't know existed back then, but now I know existed. And, it's just so many different things that I do now that back then I was like very ignorant of. Like when it comes to 100%, obviously you got the outfits, you got the challenges, you got the little mini games, you got to figure out the maps, you got to unlock the weapons, all types of different things that you have to do to hit that 100%. And damn, how is he sitting like that? Anyway, yeah, man, it's just so many different things that comes with 100% in the game.
Hello.
It's good. And it's a beauty. It's something that I would do over again, probably later on down the line when I, probably feel a little nostalgic, probably buy Xbox 360 or PS3 from eBay and just want to do it on that console because of, just like I said, just a nostalgic feeling. But more importantly, when it comes to me finally conquering that 100%, it was a thing of beauty. And nowadays, when I get on here, it feels so empty, especially the fact that once you complete the story with John and you're Jack, you kind of realize that he fell into that little slumber of being a gunslinger. You feel me? And, like I said, it just feels empty, especially after you do all the stranger missions and all the activities and everything like that. There's really nothing else for you to do other than walk around and probably do a couple bounties, do the night watches, do some duels if they challenge you to do duels. But outside of it being empty, you feel me? I kind of appreciate Red Dead Redemption for what it is. Because obviously this game came out when I was a kid, probably in elementary school. So, the Xbox 360 and PS3 hardware is not comparable to the hardware nowadays, obviously. That's why there's things called deleted content, beta games, beta build for a reason. If everything that they wanted to be in the game could be in the game, trust it'll be a way different game, obviously. But, I cherish the game in front of me for what it is. And I don't really sit up there and try to compare it to any other game that has came out recently, like Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't try to compare Red Dead Redemption 1 to 2 because it just isn't fair. But yeah, man, Red Dead Redemption 1 is just it's beautiful, bro. And when I first played Red Dead Redemption 1 story back in 2024, obviously this is my first time ever playing it, clearly. But when I first completed the story back in 2024, as you can see right here, I really didn't dive deep into the story. Like, I wasn't really so engaged. I was just more on trying to complete it for trophies and all that. Even though the trophies I got later on down the line in 2025. And when I started putting my energy towards story-based games and single player modes, because I made another video a while ago, like talking about how multiplayer games just not enjoyable to me as much. If I have friends, then yeah, but I'm not playing that junk by myself. It's just not bearable to my brain. But as of 2026, and when I finally completed this game in its entirety, I really opened my eyes to the fact that Red Dead Redemption in the story is more than just trying to go redeem yourself, try to make Jack a better person. I mean, obviously that's the whole story, but it's more into it, like understanding John's family, and he's an orphan, and just like how everybody else in the Vanderlyn gang.
Take care,
anyway, how everybody else in the Vanderlyn gang, John was just like them, picked up off the side of the road, believing in the ideologies that Dutch putting into these people's brains, and sacrificing so much, starting from trying to get Bill to understand that they all want us dead, and he getting shot in the rib, and starting at McFarland Ranch. You got to go to Mexico and try to get Bill, and at that time, there's a whole civil war going on, and it's just a beautiful game, bro. Like, if I really try to talk about the whole game in general, it's going to be an hour video, which I don't want to do. But just completing the story and realizing that Jack really followed in his father's footsteps, because at the end of the day, Jack wanted to make his father proud, even though he wasn't in his life majority of the time. Well, not majority. Well, I guess technically, because John did run away from the gang for about a year, and in Red Dead Redemption 1, he got taken away from his family. But it's actually like so great, bro. It's so great.
Bit of poetic justice, me, Cornelius Wolf, killing you in a duel.
Howdy.
Are you serious?
You're gonna regret this.
You're really gonna try to duel me?
Best get this over with and kill you good.
All right, buddy. That's what you want to do. See, this isn't scripted, bro. But it, like you said, like I said, things like this, it's just enjoyable. Just trying to partake in duels and see people pride be in the way of just the simple fact that his head about to be blown into smithereens. Like, bro, you asked for this. Like, he really asked for this, bro. So let's go ahead and get this nigga over with. Like, bro stood no chance. Bro stood no chance. Come on, bro. You stood no chance. Look how everybody's just going on about their day. Damn, cuz. What was his name? Cornelius Wolf or whatever?
Alright, let's see.
Bloodline ends there. But yeah, man, Red Dead Redemption is a great game. And when it comes to playing the online, like I said, I played online back then, but now online is dead. I try to indulge in online from time to time, because Red Dead Redemption 2 online is just so trash, bro. They done gave that game up for no reason. But yeah, bro, it's a game that it don't hit like GTA 4 hit, but at the same time, it's still one of those, like, damn, you feel me? I did grow up knowing about this game. Like, this was a game that my uncle had to buy me because I wasn't able to play on my own accord, for real. Like, I couldn't just go to GameStop and snatch it off the shelves. But yeah, man, Red Dead Redemption, it hit the soul for me. And I forgot to mention, like, when it comes to 100% in this game, bro, there were so many instances where I was stuck at a certain percent and I just couldn't understand where I was going wrong. Like, because obviously we all have our moments where we try to play the game in its entirety. We get stuck at certain parts where we just can't understand the problem, and there'll be times where we don't want to look up what the problem is, but at the end of the day, bro, like, you just got to look it up because you're trying to get past it. But yeah, there were so many times where I would try to look up well, not try to look up. I was stuck at a certain spot, and I had to look up on the forums page or on YouTube where I was going wrong. And you know, that's what got me on and off this game at a certain time, because it was like, damn, bro, like I really want to do it, but if this junk gonna have me stressed out and not really understand where I'm going wrong at, I'm about to just not play it. But thankfully for my patience and the fact that my brain isn't made of raisin brands and made of mush meat gleep gloop, I was able to accomplish it. Like for an example, there was a challenge where you had to knife a bear, and I didn't know what to do. Like I was sitting there just shooting the bear with the bolt action, which is one of the most powerful weapons you could shoot the bear with. That could one-shot him, but obviously you didn't want to one-shot him. But I would shoot the bear one time, and then the bear would start running away from me. And I'm sitting there like, dude, I can't knife the bear if he's just going to run away. And then there'll be an instant where I would get close to the bear and knife him, and I would think I have the chance, but the bear just two-tapped me. And I'm sitting there like, wow. So I got to do it all over again. And mind you, there'll be times where the bear don't spawn for 5 to 10 minutes. And there's another instance where you got to like hunt cougars, and you got to like kill them with dynamite or something. If I remember correctly, I couldn't find no cougar. I couldn't find no cougar to blow the dynamite up. I mean, to blow it up with dynamite, or I couldn't find a cougar to knife. And I'm just sitting there like, damn. And then when I try to knife the cougar, he literally two-tapped me as well. Like this junk is just, it's crazy, bro. But that's what makes make that experience enjoyable, because it's not supposed to be easy. And that's what I love about these old classic games. Like when it comes to 100%, it just not okay. They'll just give you the challenge. They'll make it easy for you. Nah, like you got to go out your way to actually strategize. So those are just 2 little instances, and I'll give y'all one more when it comes to like the outfits. I think there was one where you had to like figure out like, oh, you gotta hunt the legendary snake. Bro, I'm sitting there roaming around different parts of the map trying to hunt legendary snakes and shit. Like damn, bro. It was just, it's so much that you got to do in this game, but that's why I enjoyed it, because it wasn't just like brain rot. Like it was something that was actually okay. You got to have patience. You got to understand that these games that they made back then, and even games nowadays with Rockstar, you know, they're not going to give you these objectives. They're not going to give you the 100%. You got to work for it. But yeah, bro, I truly love this game. You feel me? And I will play it over again, but not anytime soon, because I don't want to deal with that at the current moment. Right now, I'm currently trying to 100% Vice City. Currently at 73%. So, yeah, man. Red Dead Redemption, man. This game, beautiful. I'll probably live stream it, probably online if it's ever active. Well, it is active, but I would realistically try to live stream me playing a quick match, which is not active. So, but you know, whatever my mind takes me. But I hope everybody's taking care of themselves again. I appreciate y'all for listening. Hopefully y'all taking care of yourselves. Like I said earlier, man, y'all making sure y'all mental and y'all physical is straight, getting y'all spiritual right, man, and just making great things out of bad situations and overcoming these bad times that we living in economically. So I love each and every one of y'all, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one. And if y'all didn't check out the last video, check it out. I'll put it on the screen like I did before. I believe I said earlier that I had a video made like this before. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.